take your sweet time getting into a easy pose or a cross-legged seated position. It should feel nice and comfortable. Resting the hands on top of the knees. The shoulders are down and relaxed. Start breathing in and out your nose. Feeling the chest expand and soften. Keep the heart lifted and keep your breath conscious. So, breathing deeply in through the nose, into the belly, and exhale, release and let go. Keep breathing in and out your nose as we begin our practice today. Starting to arrive for our mat, our practice, our flow. And just for a moment, letting go of the day and just being grateful for this time and this moment. Bring the hands to the heart, pressing the fingertips and the palms together. We'll bow the chin to the chest. And as we begin our practice, let's start with a little gratitude for our body, for ourselves, for our spirit, for our breath, for our energy and our effort. And on your next inhale, we'll reach the arms up, interlace the fingers so the palms point out, expanding through the sides of the body. Big breath in through the nose. And then exhale, we'll bend to the left, pressing into the right hip. Inhale back to center, bending over to the right. Pressing into the left hip. Inhale back to center. Bring the palms to touch. Exhale, hands to heart. We'll twist to the left. Right hand comes on top of the left knee. Left hand reaches towards the back. Maybe the chin comes to the shoulder. Think of twisting from the belly more so than the shoulders. And we'll switch sides. Left hand to the right. Right hand reaches back. Gentle twist to the right. Breathe in to maybe twist a little farther. And exhale back to center. Both hands on top of the knees. Lift the heart a little bit higher. Notice your breath. Notice the weight of your body on your hips. And if you can be light with your body, rather than heavy and tight, just being light and lifted. We'll go ahead, bring the knees together, and we'll just come into a ball real quick. So with the knees bent, just go ahead, grab opposite elbows, chin to chest, coming into this rock, a little bit of a ball. Breathe into the back. Breathe into the tailbone. And be gentle with yourself. And when you're ready, we'll slide the hands behind us. The fingertips will face the toes. Make sure the feet are hip width apart. And when you're ready, we're going to lift the hips off of the ground and come into reverse tabletop. So on your next inhale, press into the toes, lift the hips up, breathe in, and exhale slowly with control. We'll lower the hips back down. And again, inhale, press into the toes, lift the hips. And exhale, lower down with control. And one more time, inhale, lift the hips up. And hold here as you exhale through the nose. Engage into the fingertips. And if you'd like, you can start to lift the heels off of the ground. Hold for one more inhale. And slowly lower the heels, lower the hips. We'll come into Baddha Konasana. Bring the bottoms of the feet together. Interlace the fingers, hook them underneath the toes, and allow the hips to open up. Allow the chest to point towards the sky. The neck is nice and long, the shoulders are soft. And only open up as much as you feel comfortable. Breathe deeply into the belly through the nose. And exhale, maybe soften the knees a little bit and bring the chin to the chest. And on your next inhale, try bringing the knees a little closer to the ground as you lift the chin up, lift the gaze, lift the chest. And exhale, chin to chest. And then one more time, inhale, lift. And exhale, release the hands from the feet. Close the knees together. Extend the legs. Inhale, lift both arms up. Flex the toes. And exhale, fold forwards. Rest the hands either by the knees, by the hips, by the ankles, somewhere that is your edge. Think of lifting the kneecaps so the thighs are active. Notice if you're collapsing in the low belly, and if you can be mindful. On your next exhale, chin to chest, gently fold a little closer to the ground. Very good. Slide the hands back. We'll cross the ankles, come into our first tabletop. Index fingers point forwards. Knees are hip width apart. Point into the toes. And when you're ready, on your next inhale, start to arch the back, lift the chin, come into cow pose. Exhale, hollow the back, bring the chin to the chest. Really make this dramatic as you round the back. Inhale, arch the back. Lift the chin. Move with your breath as you exhale. One more time, make sure you're engaging also into the toes. Cow pose. And exhale, cat pose, pointing to the toes and the fingertips, engaging into the hands. Very good. Open up the knees as wide as the mat. Bring the big toes together and melt into a child's pose, bringing the heart towards the ground. Fingertips reaching away from the tailbone, creating space in the upper body, relaxing the lower body. And rest here just for a moment. Notice your breath. Be connected to your practice right now. Be connected to your breath, to your body. Very good. Take one more good inhale through the nose. And exhale, come back into that cat pose, hollow through the back, and come into a cobra. So the hips lower down, coming into a back bend. Big breath in. Exhale, curl the toes, lift the knees up, and come into a downward facing dog. Engage into the hands and feet. Start pressing the heels down towards the ground. Pedal the feet if you need to, so bending into one knee and then the other. Find your comfortable downward facing dog. Hold for one more inhale. And exhale, we'll walk the feet forward. Feet go directly behind the wrist. Bend into the knees as much as you need to. And root to rise. Press into the outer edges of the feet as you slowly rise up. Inhale, arms circle around and up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, palms reach up. Exhale, arms circle around and down as we fold back to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift. Lengthen the legs. Lengthen the upper body. Exhale, bring the hands to the ground. Step the feet back. Come into a plank. Find your strength. Engage into the fingertips. Big breath in through the nose. Exhale, lower the knees. With control, the hips and then the chest. Elbows are right next to the sides of your body. Point into the toes. We'll come into our cobra again. Arms are nice and strong. Maybe you lift the chin. Exhale, downward dog. Opening up the shoulders. Making sure that the knees are in alignment with the toes. Press into the knuckles. Keep the neck soft. Very good. Hold for one more inhale. Exhale, let's bring the feet together, big toes to touch, and when you're ready, we'll lift the left foot up, coming into a three-legged dog, flexing into the left toes, big toes facing the ground. Exhale, we'll step the left foot outside of our left hand, lower the back knee, and come into a low lunge. Maybe you look forward. If you can, come onto the elbows. Or maybe you stay on top of on the hands. We'll bring the right hand directly underneath the heart and start to lift the left hand off of the ground towards the sky. Maybe you can lift your back knee off the floor as well. Big breath in. Exhale, relax the knee if it is lifted and lower the left hand down. Very good. Lift the back knee up again. Step the left foot back, come into a plank. Big breath in here. Exhale, knees, hips, chest. Keep the elbows tucked by the body. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, curl the toes, downward dog. Hold. Adjust, notice your breath. Create space with the help of your breath for any areas that are starting to maybe create some heat or pressure. Breathe into that. When you're ready, big toes touch. Inhale, right foot off of the ground. Flex the toes, big toes pointing down. Exhale, right foot steps outside of the right hand. Lower the back knee and look forward. Big stretch for the hips. When you're ready, left hand underneath the heart. Right hand reaches up. Opening up through the chest. And again, maybe you lift the back knee off of the ground. And when you're ready, exhale. Right hand to the ground. And when you're ready, step the right foot back. Hold your plank as you breathe in. And either you can come into a chaturanga now, or you can knees, hips, chest. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Hold. Be gentle with your breath. Notice where the mind wanders whenever there is a bit of a challenge. Can you keep the breath soft? Can you keep the body at ease? One more inhale through the nose. Exhale, walk the feet forward, come into your forward fold. Bend into the knees. Grab opposite elbows and start to sway left and right. Place both hands on the ground, and again we'll root to rise, being light on the big toe as you slowly rise up. Inhale, arms reach up. Grab a hold of your left wrist and we'll bend over to the right. Press into your left foot. Inhale, back to center, switch sides, grab a hold of your right wrist, bend to the left. Inhale, back to center, hands to heart. Very good. Bring the toes together. We'll lift the left knee off of the ground, bringing it into the chest, flex into the left toes. You can hold here, or if you'd like, you can grab a hold of your left foot with your right hand. You can grab a hold of your big toe or the outside edge of your foot and start to lengthen, coming into a twist. Left hand reaches towards the back, flexing into the left toes. Find your balance. Big breath in. Exhale, come back to your tuck. Bending into the knee, hug your left knee to the chest. Exhale, lower the left knee down. Inhale, both arms up, palms touch. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step the feet back, come into your plank. And find your chaturanga. Lower the body. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Walk the feet forward, back into your forward fold, and find your mountain's pose. Find your Tadasana. Arms reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Keep the breath soft and steady. Toes together, feet together. When you're ready, right knee will lift. Flexing into the right toes. And again, you can just hold here. You don't have to continue to progress. If this is good enough for you, that's good enough. And then go ahead, maybe you start to grab a hold of your right foot as you slowly extend your right leg. And you reach your right hand behind you. Find your balance again. This is a lot going on. When you're ready, come back, flexing to the right toes, and slowly with control, lower the right foot down. Inhale, both arms up, palms touch. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. So we're starting to lengthen the spine and the legs. And exhale, step the feet back, plank pose, and chaturanga. Or knees, hips, chest. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, we'll come into a child's pose. Open up the knees. Rest the body for just a moment. Connect with the breath again. Connect with your softness. Remembering, even in our softness, we can find our strength. They are very hand in hand. Let's actually come into a twist. So let's bring the left hand underneath us, left shoulder to the ground, left ear to the ground. And switching sides, left hand reaches back, and the right hand will thread the needle. Right ear to the ground. You reach the right hand forward again. Forehead on the ground. When you're ready, come into a tabletop. And we'll come into bear pose. So curling the toes, all we're going to do is lift the knees off of the ground. So engage and claw into the fingertips. And when you're ready, start lifting the knees just an inch off of the ground. Engage into your core. Think of holding your weight in equal parts of your hands and your feet. Hold for one more inhale. Exhale, lower the knees, point into the toes, and we'll come into puppy pose. Extend the arms forwards. Maybe you bring one right ear to the ground, or switch. Maybe you keep the forehead down. Make sure that the low back is not arching, but the hips are tucked, or the low back is nice and straight. Very good. Start to walk the hands back. We'll cross the ankles. Come into our cross-legged seated position. Notice the shoulders. We'll reach the right arm across the body. Use your left hand for support. Switch sides. Left hand comes across. Keep your left shoulder down. Very good. Let's bring the hands together, interlace the hands, and just roll out the wrist. And then move in the opposite direction. Rest the hands on top of the knees. Bring the left ear down to the left shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, left ear, left shoulder. Back to center. Keep the heart lifted. Make sure that the shoulders aren't rounding, but you're sitting nice and tall. Exhale, let's bring the right ear down to the right shoulder and chin to chest. Inhale, right ear, right shoulder, and back to center. Reach the fingertips away from you. Circle the arms around and up. Exhale, hands to heart. Notice your breath. Notice the temperature of your body. If there's any heat, any sensations. Observing with kindness and mindfulness and compassion. And together we'll take our final inhale of our practice. We'll bring the thumbs to our forehead. We'll take one grateful inhale through the nose. And together we will release with our exhale.